God, it's so itchy. Not that.
What was that? What was that?
Well, no,
Why are you flexing that it's itchy? You trying to show that you've got a bit?
Because I shaved it like
Oh,
2 days ago and it's still itchy.
You're
That's
not doing
impressive.
it right then. You are not doing it right.
I didn't cream properly.
That is a sentence. Christ.
I hope no one jumps in on me. Hello and welcome to episode 4 of the Warwick Esports podcast. I'm surprised we managed to make it this far. With me, Samuel, AVGAN, Miah, and it's just me here for this intro. It would be Alex, but unfortunately he has got some work commitments to do, so it will be me for this intro. Don't worry, I'll make it brief. We'll start off with the eSport news, move on to our pre-interview segment with myself again and Joe McFluggleMuffin Garrett, where we talk about casting, and then we'll move on to the main bulk of the podcast, which will be the interview, where we have both of our social execs, Max and Raz, and I'm sure it will be a brilliant segment, probably one of the best, because you can count on those two for one thing: they can talk and talk and talk well. So, going on to esports news, there wasn't much this week, unfortunately. The only major thing that happened was the University of East Anglia winning against Portsmouth in a nail-biting final of the UK University Relevant Tournament. Congrats to them, it was amazing. Taking it to overtime in the final of the map, it was just an amazing match. It's pretty much on the level of pro play. It was one of my favorite games I've ever watched in any game ever. And that's saying something. And yeah, that's it. Besides that, Warwick did come 7th, which is very respectable. If you were to count the number of rounds we won, we came 7th. They didn't do any kind of like official tally, but trust me guys, we came 7th, and I'm really proud of you guys. Shout out to the Warwick Direwolves. Hopefully they'll bring us to even further heights in the future. So enough about me by myself, let's get someone in here, let's get Joe in, and let's move on to the next segment, and I'll see you guys in a bit. Oh dude, I can eat now, finally. What was that? Was that just a fly?
Yep, a fucking huge one. What the fuck?
Oh, just as soon as I start recording, you get. Oh, this is so good. You can't make this up. I'm keeping this in.
Whoa.
Have fun with this, Josh.
That is... I've got a weapon.
He's armed. He's armed.
It's fucking shit. It's huge.
Just get him. Just
That thing could kill a man.
Just get it. Just get a cup, dude. Just get a cup. I actually don't know where this is going. I don't know.
I touched it with the book and it didn't move. That's when you know it's a scary one.
Okay, I don't know where did I put fine. Oh god, this might be going to my C drive. I'd rather it go to my E drive, but it's fine. Hopefully it'll be okay.
It won. I'm moving out. No, it's on the mirror. I've opened the window. We're gonna leave it.
Okay.
And if it becomes a problem, I didn't want to squash it because it's so big. I could just see how much blood it's gonna have.
Yeah.
Yeah, not lovely.
I haven't recorded the intro yet, so I'm also gonna have to do that. That's gonna be a thing.
That's fine. You now have a nice video of me.
Yeah, we've got this bit. This is probably gonna be at the start of the video. We always have like a blooper right at the start.
Yeah, and it can now be me fighting that beast. Right,
Okay.
let's go. Let's get this started.
Get the hair ready. Gotta look good for the camera. Get your best angle.
Get my one sec.
Get the flicker. I can't even see your face and I already know that your hair's a mess.
I look 8. I actually look an 8-year-old right now.
I look like I'm younger than myself already, just naturally. Okay, don't look like you just like that. Look like
What
you
you mean?
look like you're ready to talk about something.
Right.
Okay,
go.
go on. Alright. What? I'm literally just about to talk, and then you. So unprofessional.
This
So
is
unprofessional.
Gonna be a bad one.
So unprofessional.
This is
Go
not
on.
gonna go well.
Don't worry. You should see how we start the interview. I have a stroke, and Max has to start it for me.
Fair enough. Oh, one sec. Right. Nah, I'm good.
I'm not even looking at the camera. I'm looking at this O right, like there. Softly, that's it. Alright, so Joe, did you see the game of Valorant yesterday? Well, which was
the final of
the final.
UKV. Yeah, it was a very good match. I only got to watch the first 2 games of the set, but it was pretty intense, most of it. You know,
it was a really good reverse sweep by Rootkit. I've mentioned that. I mentioned that earlier.
Portsmouth. They came on very strong. I think they won the first. They won the first game 13-6.
Yeah, it was mad.
Obviously, like to beat a team like Rootkit 13-6 is very impressive. And then that was on Haven, if I remember correctly.
Yes, it was.
Portsmouth lost Bind 13-8. I want to say
It was a bit closer. I think it was.
Or was it 13-10?
Yeah,
possibly.
like and then it went to overtime in split.
It went to split, and they went to overtime. And Portsmouth always were my favourite, but unfortunately they didn't get it.
Yeah.
But still, some great matches and some great.
It was a brilliant game. It's some of the best Valorant I've seen for a game that's only been out for a month.
Definitely.
And with that, even though it was brilliant by the players and played it brilliantly, you could only get so far with just gameplay alone. There were 2 specific people that made that game, and that was good old Hanno and Rook.
Hanno and Rook, the casters. Well, I mean, you say there's only 2 people. I think what a lot of people forget about is how many people it takes to get a game being played onto a stream like UKV. I mean, obviously,
and that's what
the casters. The casters are people you see. But I think before the match started, there's always like half an hour where everyone who's organising the stream gets into the chat, gets into the voice call and figures it all out. And I think before the final, there were about 8 people in that voice call trying to sort everything out.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people, but obviously, like you say, Rook and Hanno are the 2 that you sort of see there, and they're the ones talking, and they get their names put on the stream and all that.
Yeah. Well, that's what this segment of the podcast is all about. We're going to be talking about casters, the production team behind making a professional stream, and, just because the 2 of us have got some experience in casting it. I've got significantly less than you have, but that's due to personal reasons, obviously. But
unfortunately,
yeah, very unfortunate. I'm gonna say I love it, and I know that you love it as well. So, so Joe, tell me. Let's just get this out of the way. Why was it that you wanted to get into casting?
I mean, there's an old sort of, I guess, esports saying that those that can't play cast, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's a large part of it. Like when Valorant was sort of being announced and coming out, and the Twitch drops had started, I was really interested in the game. I loved it. I was like, wow, I want to play it. And then I played it, and I realized I'm trash. I'm terrible, and I should never be allowed to have control of one of the agents. And then UKV popped up, and they were like, oh, if anyone wants to cast, you can, put your name down. We'll get you on the roster. We'll see how you do, and then maybe you can cast more. And I was like, oh, this looks like a way to be involved in scene in the esport without having to be aimbot Sorkus and just shooting everyone the moment you walk around the corner, you know?
Exactly, yeah.
And I think that's one of the nice things about sort of esports, and especially UKV, because it's student run. You know, the guys that run it, Hazza, Jordan, all of those people, they're all just Swansea students. And because of that aspect, it feels personal. But also, if you're just someone who loves Valorant but can't play it, you can get involved. You can get, involved of casting like me and you have, or you can join the production team, or you can become an observer. You can do music. You can, one of the things that someone's doing is making a website where you can have all your stats drawn from. And all of that kind of nice stuff. I know that they always need stuff like highlight reels. I made the one that was on the stream, was last night, wasn't it? Yeah, last night.
Yeah.
But there's always more, more highlight reels, and there's always stuff to do in a thing like UKV.
Yeah, well, in my experience, where I was literally the Discord server for it was just starting. I was told, because I had wanted to do it for a while, since I was I haven't been PC gaming for a little girl. I haven't got much experience of PC gaming. I've only been doing it for about a year. I'm still learning, obviously, but I wanted to get my feet wet into the esports scene. It's hard to do that with only a year's of gaming experience. So, as you said, if you can't game, cast. And I was always interested in doing it in-house. We never had the opportunity to do it, especially with the whole coronavirus pandemic. It's been a lot harder to get the events,
run events and stuff.
Yeah, exactly, to get those in-house opportunities. So when UKV turned up and they were like, "Oh, we plan on making streams for 10-mans." FPS coordinator Foss, who's my the co-host of this podcast, he said to me, "Hey, I know that you're interested in casting. You told me this before. Why not give it a go?" And I was there in the first 5 streams. I think it was number 4 ? And so this
you're
was
a real old boy of the server.
I'm an OG, but but yeah, at that point we had basically about 5 people in the production team. It was, and in fact, we had so few people that Vuk, my play-by-play caster, was also the observer.
Wow.
And I had to watch his perspective, and he had to focus on not only observing the game, but also casting it at the same time, which is extremely difficult.
Because I know nowadays, especially for the tournament matches, we'll have 2 designated observers, we'll have a producer, and then you'll have your 2 casters. And then usually people like Phil and Fab will be there being like, "Is everything okay? Does anyone need anything? Like stream keys or stingers or something."
In fact, I'm pretty sure my second stream, which was with you, I believe, that was one of the first times they brought in Phil, the observer.
Yeah,
I think it was his second stream.
Yeah, it's always good. I think one of the reasons I think UKV will stay around for a long time is that it's ramped up and up and up so quickly in its production value. Valorant's only been out a month now, and we've gone from having one of the casters observing to having 2 observers, producer, 2 casters. We've gone through a full rebrand into sort of this mega thing, but it still feels like that student run enterprise almost.
Yeah, because we went from a production team of 8 people. Now we're in the 20s with a full team of not only observers but casters of everything. But yeah, it's really grown, and it's especially for people who want to get into casting, it's really hard normally to get into, especially now that esports have become so established. You need to have that experience firsthand. And this is when,
if you wanted a job at NSC or Newell, or you wanted some gigs with them, you'd have a very difficult time, because what they usually, I was speaking to Gio about this yesterday. What they usually want is, "Hey, show us your casting. Put together a little almost a montage of you casting something, which is, you know, a lot of people put together montages and playing. It's the same thing, right?
Yeah.
And then you submit that and you say, hey, this is how I cast. Well, if you don't have the opportunities to cast, you can't make the reel.
Yes,
and
exactly.
If you can't make the reel, you don't get the opportunities to cast. So you kind of get stuck in this like little circle where you have to do one to get the other, but then back and forth.
I mean, it's pretty much like it's pretty normal for us because there's a whole thing about just getting a job in general. Oh, if you want the job, you have to get work experience. Where am I going to get the work experience from?
Yeah, and I mean, like you say, UKV as a student-run thing is trying to offer those opportunities to students. Mm-hmm. So if anyone wants to get into casting, I'd really recommend it. Even if you're not a big fan of Valorant, I mean, obviously you should enjoy it to some extent. You don't want to sit there watching it for 2 hours and talking about it if you don't like it. But even if your end goal is to cast a different game, I think a lot of the skills, and I'm sure you'll agree, are quite transferable.
Yeah, I agree. Since the main principles of the thing, the main principles of casting, there's two types. I'm pretty sure we represent both ends of the spectrum. You are you prefer play-by-play, I prefer color. So, you wanna explain your side first, since that's more of the one that people are more familiar with.
Yeah, so I mean, the play-by-play is kind of like, it's not a very skilled job, in my opinion, because you just watch the match that comes streamed out of your screen into your eyeballs, and you just say what happens as it happens. Now, there is an element of skill to it, because, for example, if you're going, if a team's just hit match point, they've got 4 ultimates, the enemy team's got 3, and they're going to run full speed at each other and use all their ultimates, there can be a lot going on, and you have to try and condense all of that down into time. If you've got 3 ultimates going off at the same time, you don't have the time to mention all of them. You've got to choose what to say, you've got to choose the emphasis. But at the end of the day, it is usually just say what's happening on the screen again, and then people listen to you.
Yeah, it's especially hard in a game like Valorant, because one of the first things I noticed about the game was that you have a very short TTK. It's really easy to kill someone in this game, and because of that, the speed of how something goes, it's very hard to if there's a 3K going on, but then there's also an advance onto another site. How are you going to be able to mention both of those things at the same time? And a round could just end like that.
Yeah, I mean, I try to mention every kill that happens, right? But what I often find is that if, let's say, you've got 4 people pushing onto a site, very aggressively, and they've got a lurking player, if that lurking player goes down to an operator just holding an angle, but the 4 people are in a bunch of action, I'll kind of just ignore it, because it's not important to sort of the story of the round almost. I was when I was casting with Cameron a few weeks ago, I think, he did something which was, if a round was over, like definitely over, the spike's on site but not planted, there's 1 attacker left against 4 defenders, and the attacker's just getting cornered in sewers on split. You can almost just start talking about something completely different, because you know how the round's going to go, unless they pull out, I don't know, Jesus level skills from somewhere.
So yeah, and then of course there's the other side of casting, where the color side, which is something I prefer, because I feel when you have there's 2 different personalities to each side. So I feel with play-by-play, you need to be a lot louder, you need to be able to speak quickly. Well, that's not necessary really, but it's nice to be able to speak quickly and clearly. But then you'd also need the color commentator. That person is focusing on the deep analysis of the game. What was the mentality behind the play? What went right? What went wrong? Talking about the mechanics of the game, possible comeback mechanics that the losing team can bring back. What's making them dominate so much? MVP players, all that kind of thing. Everything that the play-by-play isn't talking about, that's what the color should be doing. The reason why I like it so much is because I'm very much someone who likes to think about what's going on in a person's brain when they're playing.
Mm.
I mean, of course, there's like the simple just click on their heads,
Yeah.
easy
Just
like
click
that.
them faster, you know,
Yeah.
and then you win, right?
But then there's also, there's certain players who are like, super big brain, doing things completely out of the box, and you need to like be able to justify why they are making this approach. It looks so like someone could be coming from a completely random angle, and to just a normal person would be thinking, why the hell are they doing that? Honestly, it's like it's such a smooth brain maneuver. It could be and I could call it out as being this guy's an idiot. But it's also my job to say, well, actually, this is a really smart move. By doing this, they get this angle, and they'll be able to get this person like that, and it's what I prefer, since you take a more... It's sort of like representative of the players. The play-by-play is much more like the fragger, the quick speed, do it as, by the book. But the color takes it like a big brain player, just like, thinking outside the box.
I mean, I think that the role of the casters in an esport like Valorant is more to help people that don't fully understand the game or the game at the level it's being played, right? Because, like, if you drop a mega high-level player, into a live stream, they don't care about the casters, really, because they know what's going on, because they play the game enough, Whereas it's for people that sort of, they join Valorant, maybe they haven't played much before, or they've never seen Valorant before, and they're kind of sat there like, this looks really bad, or this looks really weird, why? And the casters are kind of sat there to explain it, which I think is, obviously, I mean, it's just something that everyone does. I mean, all sports have casters. But I don't think anyone's watching football and then, like, they pass the ball and they're, like, to their teammate, the commentator goes, and he's passed the ball, and they go, wow, I didn't realise that's what happened.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I understand, yeah.
But I also think if we're gonna talk about casters a lot, which we have, we need to, I just want to reaffirm, like, sort of what goes on behind the scenes for everyone, because I think a lot of people they only
comment on what they can see.
Yeah,
they don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
They don't see what's going on behind the scenes because they're not there at the time, right? So as I think we've both said, you've got a couple of observers and you've got a producer. Those are the three people that are like sort of crucial to making the stream happen as it's happening.
Yes.
And with the two observers, what will usually happen is you get one assigned to each team, right?
Yeah.
So you have like let's say you've got UEA versus Portsmouth, like last night. You have a Portsmouth observer and a UEA observer. These won't be they won't be from the unis. It's nothing like that. It's just like they're assigned to observe the players from that team. And then basically they just go around watching the players they think are going to get killed or get kills, and just stream that to the producer, right?
Yes. And
then it's the producer's job to basically decide who's more important out of the two teams.
Yes.
In any particular moment. And there's a whole bunch of fancy stuff, like they can do replays, they can do the picture-in-picture where if it's a 1v3, you can watch the guy's perspective, but you can also see a miniature version of the other teams.
Mm-hmm. I remember seeing that on, I think, Game 3. It was a post-plant of, I think it was UEA who had planted the spike, and it was a 1v2. And then you saw the main picture being the attacker who just planted the spike, and then you had the picture of the defending team rushing in onto the site, which is good. Which is that you get both perspectives.
I think it's very important to reaffirm how it what the jobs that these people do, because like we've said, casters get all the you're like, oh, these are my favorite casters. They make the stream really good. And then you don't notice until you're sort of involved in it all that even observers have their own sort of little styles and things they like to do.
Observers, I have the utmost respect for these guys. It's such a hard job to do.
Yeah, I honestly don't think I could do it. I mean, if
No,
you have
it is-
2, I think it's achievable
Mhm.
because you've just got one team to worry about. But when we're running the 10-mans and you've only got one observer, that must be a terribly difficult job.
It must be a ball ache. It's just so hard making sure you're getting the correct perspective, because you could be watching someone who was, normally when you're observing, you observe a few players, normally the ones who make the big plays, like the MVPs on each side. But suddenly some guy that, you didn't even expect them to happen gets like a 3k or something, and you just miss it.
Yeah, I mean, I know that for CS:GO, I'm pretty sure I'm correct in saying that when they do like the CS:GO Pro Leagues, what they do is they actually have the observers on something. It's like a 5-second delay, or in some sort of way, so that if I think it's between the producer and the observers, so that if the producer is watching someone and someone else is being observed, because again, the producer has to choose who to watch as well. And like the other observer sees something huge, the producer then has time to react because there's that like 5-second boundary.
Yeah.
But I mean, we're lacking that in Valorant because right now there's no good sort of cast, there's no sort of observing APIs or anything like that. I mean, even the in-game observing thing is pretty buggy at the moment. There's,
like
a lot of
the
stuff
whole
has
the
gone
whole
wrong
fe-
with
the
it.
whole Phoenix icons.
Oh
Stuff like
yeah,
that.
it's a bit of a mess, but it's in beta.
It's
I think we can all forgive it for that.
It's been out for a
Um,
month. We can't diss it from that. And a game in beta has been there for a month. You can't really do much. And
No.
and they aren't planning on patching it since they're about to release the main game. So
Yeah, I think it's going to be good once it comes out. Lots
Mhm.
more events, hopefully, to be
Yeah.
run by UKV and Warwick and everyone else.
in fact, we are going to have a stream here on Warwick's Twitch. I believe it's the 21st or the 22nd of June. So in 1 month's time.
Which stream
Um,
is this?
So this is good. This is the Clash of the Wolves.
Clash of the Wolves.
We will have
Indeed.
we're gonna have a lot of games. We're gonna have Valorant. We're gonna have Overwatch, CS:GO, Siege, Minecraft. Can't miss Minecraft.
I'm excited. I'm not excited. Sorry, I'm a bit disappointed that Escape from Tarkov didn't make it on Clash of the Wolves.
But yeah, both. I think is it What University? Harriet Watt.
I want to say yes.
I think
I'm
it's
not.
Harriet
I can bring it up.
I believe it's Harriet Watt. Versus us. It's the 21st and 22nd. I'm pretty sure that's right. It's the weekend in about a month's time.
Well, I've seen it. It is what. It's
Yeah.
what esports.
I will be in the Siege team as well as my co-host Foss. So please,
I will not be in this.
so please, I beg you, cheer us on in the Siege tournament. I don't think I'll be able to. Well, I won't be able to cast that. Hopefully, you will be able to, since we're gonna have in-house casters.
Based on, I really hope the game crashes halfway through the match. But that's a completely different topic, and I think one for a podcast all of its own almost. But no, I'm excited to try and cast some other games, sort of just to bring it back onto the sort of the main point of this segment.
Yeah.
Because like you said, there's a whole bunch of different games. I know about all of them.
Yeah.
Should be quite good to try and sort of branch out from casting Valorant to casting all of these different games.
Yeah, like we mentioned, it's fairly transferable skills. What we've talked about, the quick play-by-play and the more in-depth color casting. While I gave the example of Valorant, it can be used in basically any context. It's just the extent that, things happen. So, for example, in Overwatch, things are a lot more chaotic since, it takes much longer to kill someone. And it's almost always teams against teams, just like constantly at each other. With Rocket League, things can change at the drop of a hat. And then also games like Siege and CS:GO and Valorant fairly play similar, so it's pretty easy to go between those games.
I think one of the games I'm most looking forward to is Diabotical. And I don't know if Foss has sort of been badgering you about Diabotical the same.
Oh, he has. Don't you worry.
But for anyone who doesn't know what Diabotical is, it's a new or soon to be an arena FPS.
In the vein of Quake.
Basically to replace Quake. It's made by Too Good, who, if I'm remembering correctly, used to be a pro player out of Quake. But obviously Quake Champions, which is one of the newest, well, I think it is the newest Quake game, is a bit not good.
That's being gentle with it.
Yeah, that's being nice about it. I think Quake Live is very good though. But I'm excited for Diabotical to come out, mainly because, so for anyone who doesn't know, arena FPSs are a whole subgenre of games. And in essence, a lot of them boil down to you put two people on a map, and they shoot each other until they get the most kills in the 10 minutes or however long. Usually that's just duels.
Yeah, think like...
And there are items to pick
think
up.
like Call of Duty 1v1s, except with Doom's weapons.
Yeah. And they often focus on like move tech, which is sort of how you move around the map, sort of... you remember CSGO bunny hopping?
Bunny hopping,
right?
yeah, obviously.
It's kind of like that, but actually intentional rather than just like...
And like rocket jumping and stuff like that.
Yeah, like rocket jumping, grenade jumping, all that kind of jazz. And Diabotical is sort of... It looks really good. It's got a lot of cool stuff to it, and I'm just really excited for it to come out, because casting that game is going to be great. Because I think one of the things that makes arena FPS games so good is it's not about how well you can shoot. Or it's not all about how well you can shoot, rather, because, as I say, there are health packs and there are armor packs and stuff, and ammo packs. They sort of, the way that they're generated, so you'll have like a mega health, right, which is 100 health, and that respawns a certain amount of time after it's grabbed. And the same with the big armor, and the same with all the smaller packs as well. So you end up, rather than just shooting your opponent until they're dead, you're playing this sort of mind game.
Yeah.
Right? Trying to outbrain your opponent almost, to keep all of the items for yourself and become a little goblin holding on to all the health packs.
Yes.
And I think that's what sort of makes casting it so interesting, because you're watching almost like a game of chess and commentating on it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not just as simple as shooting.
Alright. Well, that was it was good talking to you, Joe. And
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah. I hope we'll probably see each other again, since we've got a lot of things to talk
Never.
about. Never.
I'm never. This is it. Goodbye.
And we will now move on to our lovely interview with Max and Raz.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Warwick Esports podcast. Today we're interviewing Sam and Josh. How you boys been doing?
Today we're interviewing Sam just to get an intro out of him, and then we'll go.
Oh god, just use that. It's fine.
I'm so glad I did that.
I don't think I'm functioning. I think the Sam machine just broke today.
Should we just go off that?
Yeah.
Uh,
How are you guys?
Love it.
Max and Vaz. Oh, social
Pretty good.
exec, by the way.
so yeah,
yeah.
social execs.
Hello.
That's
There's
that's
Vaz,
Max.
There's Max.
yeah.
No, I-
I'm happy to say
Wait,
that.
no. Yeah, for you it's probably different. On my end, Raz is up there, Max is over there.
Oh,
Me,
no.
Raz is there.
Max is there.
Max, you're here. Sam,
there we are.
Josh.
Very cool.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, that's very cool.
Yeah,
Stop messing around. How you doing?
Not
pretty
too
good.
bad.
Pretty good.
Woke up an hour and a half ago, as Max guessed.
Indeed.
that is peak. The uni
Yeah.
lifestyle, as I said to Raf last time.
I woke up early.
Early.
I texted
This man's
Megan.
sleep schedule.
I texted Megan to say I was awake, and she said, "Are you okay? You're up early." at 1 in the morning, at 1 in the afternoon.
Oh my
I mean,
god.
remember Joe said yesterday, he was like, "Oh yeah, I wake up at like 5 p.m. to get to my 6 p.m. So
Yeah,
just catch
oh
up
my
on
God.
everything I missed."
So fire.
That was during term time as well. Like that was
Yeah.
pre-corona when he actually had a schedule to try and fit,
Oh right, ew.
and he was still
Quite
waking
far.
up at 4 p.m. Honestly, bro, this helicopter needs to move on. He's gone over my house twice now.
Oh.
Honestly, this is the NSA. I swear.
You said that and you looked directly at me on my screen.
Okay, he's moving.
Yeah,
All right,
man, stop
we're good.
helicoptering
Nice.
over Josh.
Yeah.
Cheeky.
Make me. Oh no, I don't have enough space to do
Oh, you
it.
can't keep your legs out. That's sad.
There you go.
I'm loving the esports
The jersey.
Thank you.
apparel, the
Yeah.
jersey
Thank
that
you.
that's got.
I was wearing like, what was I wearing? I don't think I was wearing anything. I wasn't wearing a top. It was too hot.
Cheeky.
It's too hot.
Oh, in bed.
And that's a mental image.
Yeah.
That's
In bed,
a mental
yeah.
image for the audience.
Might
I
see
was
it
also
pop
thinking-
next year, Baywatch.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Fingers
Although-
crossed.
I was
Yeah.
also lazy. I just had my my CCF t-shirt on.
Alright, fair. Oh, did you get dressed this time though, Sam?
No, I'm wearing shorts, bro. I am ready. I am beach ready.
I too am beach ready. Let's go.
I am not beach ready.
Neither
Oh,
of
I
us.
was.
Also,
wear
I have
anything.
I've said this before that
Oh.
I live my bedroom's conservatory and I have a
Mhm.
northeast facing garden, so it rises above my bedroom.
Oh
That's
yeah,
very
that's
specific.
very
It's just
nice.
sun straight down.
Yeah, it
Get
must be a bit
better
of a
curtains.
get better curtains for an entire like conservatory.
Ceiling
Yeah.
curtains. I've got.
I mean,
I've
they're a
got
thing.
blinds everywhere, but like just not above.
Not ones that go on the top.
I'll get some of these bad boys. Would
Yeah.
recommend.
Are they functional?
Sunglasses in bed.
They are.
Yeah, they work.
The-
I mean, they darken stuff. I don't know if they're like
Mhm.
UV and shit
Like,
like
do
that, but-
do these sunglasses stay on in bed?
Um,
They
talking
do,
about
I
sleeping.
try hard
will
enough.
not disclose this information.
I wasn't talking about sleeping. I wasn't talking about anything else. This is a PG-13 podcast.
It is.
Okay.
It is.
God fucking damn it.
Wait, is it?
No, absolutely not.
That's what it is.
Green. No, it's
Wasn't the last episode made for like YouTube kids? Because comments were disabled.
It was.
They got
Yeah.
enabled.
Shit.
I don't know how that happened. Like I specifically said, whatever. Okay. Anyway,
Oh,
Happens.
Max, you took off the exclamation mark in your name.
What? Yeah, I did that quite a while ago.
Wow.
oh, the exclamation mark was to put you at the top of the list.
Yeah.
Insane, big brain.
Huge brain.
Right, we didn't really do intros, I guess. So,
Yeah.
That's a good
You
point.
introduce yourself properly.
Okay,
we'll start with Raz. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Raz. I do chemistry. Do I do chem? I'm on a chemistry degree.
Right.
My basement, I don't know what my degree is.
Second year.
Second year.
Yeah. What else do I do for my intro?
What's your
I play
game?
Rocket. I play Rocket League mainly.
Mhm.
I've started trying to play other games like I played CS for a bit. I was bad. I'm playing League now. I'm still bad.
Fair enough.
What else?
Well,
We can move
Probably
on to
right.
Max if you
Yeah.
haven't got anything else.
I'm not even very good at Rocket League, so there you go.
unlucky.
Yeah, Max is a bigger gamer.
Is he?
Been
Max
playing
got a
all
big
the
gamer.
esports games.
Yeah, he is.
So
Big gamer.
I'm Max. I'm a second year physics student. One of your social sex.
I'm the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If
Can
you weren't
confirm.
aware, that's why there's two of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am big gamer. I live around the corner from Mez in first year, so we kind of hugged it up.
Insane.
We didn't know until third term. Where we didn't. I was just. I think Max was going to the laundry room. I just came back
Yeah.
from the kitchen. I was like,
I
You-
walked past your door so many times, and there was a very
Yeah.
smiley face in the thing
I've never
on the
round
name
yours.
card.
Didn't
Yeah.
notice it.
I mean, I did, but
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't. I couldn't add 1 + 1, mate.
Fair enough. I was
So-
never round your end.
No.
Wait, so you lived next to each other for basically a full year and didn't realize.
Yes.
Yeah, at least 2 terms. We realised in the third term we got
Yeah.
We
We
got a
had
year's worth
many-
of pizza in. Yeah.
We had many takeaways.
I mean, some of these things happen. I didn't know like where half of the people in my course, well, you don't in the same course, but half the people in my course lived. Then again, I never spoke to anyone.
I mean,
Sad.
I literally, there were like 2 other people that I knew of in the whole of Sherborne that were on maths. Like there must have been more, but I only knew of 2 of them. Maybe that's just because I didn't socialize. I don't know.
There was
Could be that one.
nobody in my accommodation that did French. It was literally all STEM.
But how many people are on the French course?
Fair amount, actually. And the thing is, it encompasses all languages. So like,
Okay.
so
Mm.
it's just like I do French. I was in some of the same classes as Geo, and she did French and German.
Yeah.
Right.
I also when I did because I did modern languages in my first year, then I dropped Spanish and Arabic because I was doing all 3 of those in first year,
Oh wow.
which was hell. So I dropped those 2 this year. So I still knew some of the people from like 2 of the people from my translation class were in my last year's Arabic class.
Right. I see.
Right.
Very cool.
Very cool. I don't know how I didn't. I guess I just didn't socialize in first term.
I didn't either. No.
Neither.
I literally know.
I didn't-
I only know my tutor group.
I didn't
That's
socialize
about
first
it.
year now.
The whole first year.
Whole first year, basically. Didn't.
I mean, yeah,
I went out 3 times,
you went out 3
No.
times.
Solid.
Yeah.
I mean,
and I
I think
hated
that's
all 3.
more than Vez.
I hated all 3 of them.
Big groups. Yeah, I didn't go out in a big group. I think the only time I went out was with esports. But not really
Cheeky.
Rocket League, WRL.
Yeah,
oh, you had your own socials.
we
Yeah.
did.
Wow, huge.
We were
What
big
did you
enough to
What did you
it.
do for that then?
What was the first one I went to? It was RLCS
Was it-
Watch Party. It's the first one I went to.
I wasn't at that.
No, you weren't, I don't think. And then, oh yeah, Issa walked in, and someone asked him if he was me because at the time,
Yeah, Stuart asked, I think.
yeah, Stuart asked because at the time, not Marion, Dan used to call Marion me because we were on the same team, and Dan's dyslexic, and so he couldn't differentiate
Poor guy.
between names. He couldn't, yeah, poor guy. And so it became a meme to just call everyone by my name. And so
Yeah.
Stuart wanted to know if he was the actual me, as an Issa. And Issa, in a panic, said yes. And so, I wasn't there then. And then, by the time I got there, I think Issa realised that his jig was up, and so he had to say,
I'm
he had
not
to say
Vez.
that yeah. That's the only thing I can remember, to be fair.
Mm.
So you had RLCS watch party. What else did you have?
Pub
We went
meal.
to the Duck, yeah.
We went to the
few
Duck
times.
a couple times, yeah.
We
Henry
had
Lovegreen.
a school days quiz. I turned up.
I wasn't at
This
that.
was in Old Roots, I think.
Old.
I
Root.
just,
Yeah,
yeah,
Jai
I-
had it, didn't he?
Jai held it. Where's Jai gone?
Don't know. He plays Rocket League still. I
Yeah.
miss you, Jai.
Miss you, Jai. I turned up not really knowing anyone, and then it was a great quiz, and then I didn't get let into school days.
Were you too fucked by the time you got there?
Did you take Nabil home that day?
Yes,
school
I took
Yeah.
Nabil home that day.
Actually,
Nabil's my friend from my college.
I think everyone in my accommodation went to school days except me.
No one in
Probably.
my combination.
I think I was playing Siege that time.
No one in my
So sad.
combination went. It
Kevin
wasn't
Bank was
the
dead.
most- It was so dead.
My flat wasn't that dead.
Mine was.
Half of them went out with Roots a lot, so I just tagged along.
Sherborne was.
It was far away,
Interesting.
wasn't it?
It's
Yeah.
far away. It was interesting. We repeatedly got raided by a flat upstairs. It was so weird.
I swear you have locks on your,
Yeah,
like, all
exactly.
your doors.
Yeah. That's the thing. We come home from like a night out, right? We're in the kitchen, like doing the afters or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
just
Like,
vibing.
yeah. And flat 15 come up to the front door, and none of them have a key. Don't know how that happened, but none of them can get in the front door. So they ask us to go let them in. because we were on the ground floor, so they can basically knock on our window and be like, "Let us in." So we went to let them in. I go and open the front door. I then turn around, walk back into my flat, and then one of the guys from flat 15 catches the door as it's shutting. On the like after I opened it to go back in, and then just the whole of flat 15 come into our kitchen.
Nice.
I like it. Weird.
It was interesting. I don't know how that happened, but
our kitchen got raided for chairs in Heron Bank.
For chairs,
I raided your kitchen for chairs.
It was you.
Me and a couple of my flatmates were holding a quiz. A few more people turned up than expected. So Alex and Martin just walked around Heron Bank taking chairs from kitchens that were unlocked.
Yeah, so you were flat 128, weren't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So 128 took kitchen from 129, and we didn't know who it was. So in retaliation, we went into 133 and stole their chair. I think we took. We grabbed a couple, and then I went back and grabbed one more as like security in case someone stole one of ours. We'd replace it immediately.
We had so many chairs.
We had 9 in the end. I feel bad for 133 now. I thought it was them.
How long was the chain? Did 133 steal from someone else?
I don't know. Well, I'll have to ask. I didn't speak to anyone in my flat.
Yeah.
I mean, when I walked into their kitchen, they had 5 chairs. So I don't know why I didn't think that their kitchen also got raided, but I stole 3 more. So they ended up with 2. So I wish they did. I hope they did. I'm not too sure.
So how many people are to a kitchen in Heron Bank?
8.
And they only had 2 chairs between them. Nice. That's 6 people sitting on the floor at pre's then.
Yeah.
Or you just pre in someone's room, I guess.
I mean, a lot of the cases for us was like we were sitting on the tables on the side or on the actual table in the middle.
Right.
Because we had how many did we have? 12 to a kitchen.
Where were you? Oh, JM. Yeah.
Oh, JM. And what happened was most of the time it was quite a few of us going to the other kitchen. So instead of it being 12, there was like 16, 18 of us.
Yeah.
Well, there's more than 16 of us in one kitchen. And there were just people standing and sitting everywhere.
Mm.
And then someone else would bring someone from another accommodation, and then it get even more full.
Yeah, of course.
And then at some point we had like 40 people in the kitchen.
40 people.
Wow.
What the fuck?
That's a lot of people.
40.
Yeah, it was just me sitting there, just like on my phone. Like, I don't
You could
know
only
what-
get about 2 people in the actual kitchen bit for Heron Bank, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Any
The
more than that,
kitchen
it
was tiny.
Oh.
Yeah. You had you also had a decent seating area with a massive table. So if you wanted to go to the back of it, you'd have to either climb over the table, which is what I did. Oh, there you go, back into focus. Climb over the table like I did, yeah. Or just stay on this side of the table, which is what a lot of other people did. I think as a flat we only did 2 things. We ordered pizza. Oh no, it was the same thing. We ordered pizza and played Monopoly as a flat. Yeah, that was it. There wasn't too much.
Mm. We didn't do that much as a flat just because half the flat didn't go out, really. The one time we did all go out together, like half of us went smack, half of us went neon. I don't have a fucking clue why. One girl walked out with just a tomato and a piece of bread. And walked back. You know, back then there were just fields behind Heron Bank.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just walked back through those, so all the muddy footprints up the stairs were just Julie walking about.
Oh god.
She was a mess.
Oh mate.
The fire alarms back at bank were the worst.
They were.
Really?
I was responsible for one.
You were. We
At 3 a.m. I tried to make burgers and
we made a fire at about 2 a.m, but the alarm didn't go off. I was so happy. The flame was huge.
So that
How
just shows you how badly my burger making went.
Wait, how many fire alarm drills did you have to go through?
Drills?
We didn't have
one
to
or
do any
two.
drills. It was
Yeah,
one or
maybe
two.
one.
We didn't have to because we had fire alarms
We had regular fire alarms.
2 or 3 a day.
No,
2 or 3 a day.
No.
a day.
Near the end, it was
Near the end of the year, yeah. It It was.
Good
I'm
for your
pretty
week,
sure I had
yeah.
to go out like 8 times in the entire year for fire alarms. But I think that there's
We
one guy I
yeah,
know.
we had
There was one
8
guy I
in a
know.
week, I think.
I had to go out
Mm.
once, and that
But
was
there
the
was
fire
one-
drill at the start of the year.
There was one guy I know, like, I don't know what's wrong with his pan or something, but whenever he cooks anything, it smells like it's burning.
Hmm.
Oh my
He cooked
god!
like bacon on it,
Burning
burgers
it.
on it. He wasn't burning it; he was perfectly cooked,
Okay.
but it stunk like literally like he was putting like wood chips on there and setting it on fire with kerosene.
Gotta get that smoky flavour.
I mean, at least you
Yeah.
guys didn't burn your flats down, though, right?
That's true.
Someone in
No
Sherborne burned their entire kitchen
No
down.
It
this
comment.
year.
happened in Sherborne.
Yeah,
Insane.
watch that happen. That was interesting.
Mm.
There was a fire. There was a big fire thing that happened last year. I don't know.
The bus.
The
It was
bus.
the bus. That was
The
it.
bus.
I was thinking of the thing. It was the bus.
It was so.
That was
funny.
just a blackened shell
was-
of a bus.
It was.
At the
It
end
was
of
also. There was like it was a bit of an explosion or something because you can see smoke from the whole campus.
Yeah.
I actually didn't see
Easily.
it. I was in the middle of campus and I never saw it.
Okay. I was going into campus and then I
Hmm.
saw the smoke and I thought today's a bad day and I went back.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Bad omen right off the bat. Oh,
Fair enough.
what even caused it? Like, I obviously wasn't there for that. Like, I just know
It was
about
just-
it, but
It was just a bus that malfunctioned. Caught
Yeah.
it
fire.
literally just spontaneously caught fire.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
I was in such an inconvenient location as well. It was the roundabout next to the bus stop.
Yeah, it was
Oh
right next.
no.
Yeah, it was
So
local-
traffic
it was
just
local.
didn't move.
Oh, well,
So
I guess
sad.
that was like a
Imagine-
2-hour trip back to Leamington.
I mean, we were fine because we were
Yeah,
first year at
first
the
year.
time.
No,
If that
the
happened
weird-
this year, would be screwed.
The
Yeah.
weirdest thing that ever happened to me on a bus was when I was in my last year of school, and this was the one I actually.
This is gonna be
was,
really
like-
weird.
Where's this going?
So like the old, like on a double decker bus, there's like all the glass on the sides. The
Yeah.
top
Mhm.
front
They're called
one,
windows,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
He's got you there. He's mugged you
Afghan
up.
made no work, okay? Afghan made no work.
Uh-huh.
I like how you went for the bits of glass instead of wood.
Well, this is glass though. It's-
Okay, yeah.
Sure.
Let me tell my story, damn it. Alright.
Okay.
Keep
So-
going.
The top front one, it just fell off straight forward
What?
What,
While
onto
the-
the road?
While the bus was in
Onto-
motion,
onto-
or
onto the road. Thankfully, one of the cars that was in front had already pulled forward, but some guy in like because we had like a foot. Did you have like if you were on the school bus, they had like put like seating arrangements where like each year group sat in a certain place? Would
We
you
didn't
have
have a
that?
school
No.
bus.
no?
No.
We
So
had
we had
mini buses.
we had like proper
Wow.
segregation. Like we had a
You
proper
guys-
segregation, but like the girls were downstairs, the boys were upstairs.
But was this like
Huh.
the school endorsed this, or was this just
This is just
this was
self-imposed.
was this like, okay
the
self-imposed?
hierarchy.
Yeah.
This is hierarchy. So like
Right.
all the kids were sitting at the back. The the GCSE kids were sitting at the front. And
Yeah.
all the
Got
younger
you.
kids just had to fill in whatever they could and fight for
Wow.
themselves. But yeah,
These
the
are
GCSE kids
interesting.
managed to push the front window on the top clean off,
That's impressive.
and yeah, we had to wait for another one to come, which is fine.
So the bus
And
wasn't in motion,
It was no, it was
like
at,
stopped at some traffic
it was at a
lights or
stop- It was
something.
at a stop. It was at a stop, and then someone managed to push it over when the guys got in.
Did you, like, see it
shattered
happen?
immediately. Yeah, I
Oh,
saw
what-
it. I was like, what
What goes through someone's mind to do that though? It's just
I don't know. It's private school kids. They just do what
Yeet.
they want.
I don't know, but like you know how you're like well, a lot of people like when they're at the front of the bus put their feet up on the handrail that's like in front of the window.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they probably
Well,
just did that and then like
bonked
bonked it with their heel a little bit.
There's a window. It's like I don't know how they did it, but it came off. We were waiting for the school bus, the replacement bus to come. It never came, so they didn't have to capture two publics instead.
Great.
Tragic.
nice.
And we got there about like an hour late or something. was
Replacement
solid.
buses are shit.
And they're
Mm.
terrible.
Southeast Rail.
I remember I had
That's
to,
all I'll say.
worst one was I had to catch up. We caught a bus, it broke down. We got onto another bus, that one broke down. Then we got on the last bus, and then the driver was like, "No, I'm not driving," and I just walked away home.
So you didn't even go to school?
No, this is on the way back.
Oh, it's on the way back, right? Okay. So you get on one bus, that bus breaks,
Yeah.
and you
The
get on
replacement
another
bus
bus, and that bus also
Our
breaks,
yeah.
and so you
mean,
just walk
it-
home.
It's clearly an issue with you guys.
Something to do with that school, yeah.
Nah, it's Birmingham. It's Birmingham buses. It's like they're the worst.
Ish.
Oh my god, this helicopter is still going.
Oh,
I can't hear it.
it's
honestly.
neat and Alex.
Yeah, but it's
It's a
If
helicopter game.
I turn you up to 200%, will I hear it?
no, because
No.
it's not triggering my voice activation in Discord. Raz helicopter.
Bro, have you got RTX voice on?
His room's not big enough.
Just punched his window.
That was
No.
Why
nice.
did you punch your glass thing, man?
Why did you punch your glass thing?
Wasn't ideal.
Oh Christ! Why did you go for glass things?
I don't know.
I'm still so confused.
It's a thing I do in French speaking, right? It's like when you don't know what the word is, you just
make
go
it
with
up.
it.
Yeah, but how do you
Sounds
not know
like
what
it.
the English word is?
Because English is 7th language.
Is it though?
No, it's my first.
Exactly.
I've slowly figured that like the more languages I learn, the more English I forget.
I mean, that kind of
Yeah,
makes sense,
that-
right?
When I was learning Bengali as a kid, I just forgot English. And so
I mean,
my,
I just never learned Bengali. Simple
my
as.
parents stopped teaching me Bengali. I go to school and just be really lost.
I think my mum was like, "Oh, I'll teach you Bengali." It goes for a week, then it's like, "Nah, forget it." It's fine. Then after
Whatever,
again, it's
mate.
like, "Oh yeah, we'll start from the beginning again," and then it
I
goes for
did a
like 2 weeks
GCSE
this
in
time.
Bengali.
Nice.
Everyone,
You spoke for like most of an pop in Bengali. You just went up to order Jaeger bombs.
What a Chad! What a
It's because I was dressed as Bangladesh. I had to.
dressed as
Uh-huh.
Bangladesh.
You were dressed
Yeah,
as
but
Bangladesh.
Theme was countries. You
Yeah.
wouldn't know if you were
Oh,
at the esports stuff.
Imagine not coming
were
to
you dressed as
esports
a fish or something?
No, I was dressed as the country. I had a green T-shirt with a red circle that I cut out and paperclipped onto my teeth.
If I'm ever
Paperclip.
cosplaying as Bangladesh, I'm just gonna dress up as Atlantis.
Atlantis.
Oh,
Wow.
Underwater.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah, I get it.
You got me 1/5 Atlantis. That's the issue.
It's mostly just like.
And I doubt we'll have the same theme again next year.
No, we're not
Unlucky.
gonna. We're gonna have some good themes though.
Yeah.
How many
Oh, yeah.
esports pops do we get to look forward to?
Unfortunately, I won't be here.
3 a
Six.
time?
Yeah,
3 a turn.
Yeah.
Insane.
Huge.
Ooh.
More than the one we had this entire year, right?
What?
What?
Did we only have one this year?
No.
We have 6
we had
this year.
Oh, we had
Five.
6.
5.
Oh, I didn't even
Five.
realize.
There were 2 in term 1, 3
I'm
in term 2.
Really out of the loop.
Jeez.
I only saw advertising
Call
for
yourself
one.
an exec.
Call myself an exec. Yeah, sorry.
Would you come to them?
SMH.
Maybe, I don't know. Pop's not really my thing, but
I'd
Oh,
say
it wasn't
yes.
mine either.
Going outside isn't really my
No,
thing.
no look at this man.
yeah, I know. I feel like I have to because I'm on exec, but we'll see.
Yeah, you've got
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to see
We will
Razz's
do
Fortnite dances, to be fair.
contractually
So.
okay.
Wait, because someone bring me like as a laptop with just my webcam there.
No.
So I could be
No,
there.
You don't have to drink. You can just have. You can just
No,
get
I'm not
water.
gonna be there because I'm gonna be abroad.
Well,
Oh,
you hope you'll be abroad.
Hmm.
Oh, no. I've got a place in France.
Oh, you actually have a place in
Okay.
France, like confirmed.
Yeah, the
Nice.
British Council was just like, basically Quebec's having a big oopsie right now with their
Weird.
immigration policy. So we don't know if you're allowed to get your spot that you've earned until about July. And if
Right.
in July we find out,
Hmm.
they don't want to let anyone in, then we've got a space for you in France.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
So you're still
Yeah.
going abroad next year? No fighting
we
games
roll
for Warwick Esports.
No fighting games, so sad.
F.
What did you say, Raz?
I was gonna ask Max something. I can DM it to him. Surprise.
The
Oh,
audience
yeah.
need to know this.
I already know what you're asking.
Is this
Oh.
super secret social exec
That's
stuff?
not what I. We can do as I think.
Yeah, I think.
So we made a Google Docs.
just
and
called ideas.
this was at 4 a.m. after
It was
at the
it was
LAN.
at 4 a.m. at the LAN, which
So
we
we've been
were
up
there
for
the
about
whole
20
time.
hours at this point.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
You woke up at 8 o'clock.
Yeah, mate, I was in uni for a full day,
Yeah.
and then at LAN.
God,
I
imagine
woke
waking
up, went to
imagine
my
waking up for, like,
tutorial,
9
came
AM.
back home, brought my PC in. It was.
So how much from this
Such a
ideas
good
document can
student.
we hear about?
We'll read off some of the bad ones.
Yeah, we're rid of some of the bad ones.
Because we were very tired.
Do we have to sign an NDA to hear the good ones?
No, you just keep.
You just
just-
won't hear them.
Just won't hear
Just
'em.
trying to hear them.
You can
I'm not an
keep
exec,
an eye out.
technically.
You can keep an eye out for
Uh,
our social announcements.
Of
Yeah.
course.
Keep an eye out for these two guys. They're very important.
Keep your eyes on the
On
the announcements channels. I mean, you'll probably get at it anyway.
Yeah.
It like 6 times in all of the discords, but
Yeah.
Do you do this one?
Which one?
Because you had a replacement for this one.
I do have a replacement for that one, yeah.
We'll say this one then.
Yeah.
An idea we had for our first circle would be to draw yourself in Microsoft Paint
Yeah.
and print it out, stick it on your shirt with your name on it, and that's how you
Yeah.
meet people.
Stick on
Yeah.
your
Nice.
face. So it's just your face. That
How would you
and then we
drink?
pull it off.
How would you drink?
I don't know, that's part of the fun probably, right?
I mean, to be fair, I had a Sonic mask for one of the circles.
A Sonic mark.
Oh yeah, you did.
It was
can
so
cut-
bad. I think I have
Got
it
a
with
hole
me.
right here and drink it through there.
2 seconds.
Oh no.
I'm scared. What's going on?
Oh my god.
You just had that.
Oh my god, kill it.
And did you wore that to a circle?
Yeah.
Raz's
Oh, but that's
Spider-Man
Spider-Man.
suit.
Oh, dude, I
Me and
remember
Raz bought
I
identical
remember
Spider-Man
seeing
outfits.
this in the karaoke event.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, did you put that on for karaoke?
Yeah,
I
he
did.
He did.
You
for
were
the
in the tournament. That's where you went there.
Was I?
SMH.
Shit,
Yeah, you were in
I
the
don't remember.
One pair of glasses.
2 pairs of glasses.
For the third one, just again.
Perfect.
So draw yourself in Microsoft Paint. That was
Uh-huh.
that was your idea for freshers. Is there
Yeah.
is there anything else?
Can I
And
do
these
it- can
these
I
are
do it in
discards,
Word?
right?
Yeah, these are discounts.
I don't know what discards needed for some of these. That's so clapped.
Oh, should we say that one? You come as different flavors of Muller Corner yogurt.
Okay, question. Does Muller Rice count?
Is it a Muller Corner product?
It's a Muller product.
It's not a Muller Corner product.
Yeah, but dude, rice pudding is like the best though.
No, mate. Toffee
You-
hoops.
Dude, do you not know?
Oh
do
my
you not
God.
remember the bear advert? Rice Baby.
Yes.
That was the best.
It wasn't the best.
I'm adding an idea to the list.
Well, that's certainly an idea.
Let's say this one.
Which
No,
one?
I don't know. I like that one. We could actually do
It's
it.
so clapped.
Should we say it or no?
Rock paper scissors.
I mean, surely it can't be better than be dressed as a Muller Corner product.
Dude, then you could go so much.
Alright,
You
I'm
can't
gonna
really
say
mean
it.
that.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
say it. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah.
The theme is I can't believe it's not butter.
Just, I can't believe it's not butter.
Yes.
And you come as something you can't believe is not butter.
All of our themes will be open to interpretation. We strongly encourage
So
that.
would you-
All of them.
Oh, dude, I can't wait for Matt to come in as Cone in that one
Oh my god,
again.
the cone, Jesus
Dude,
Christ.
I can't believe that
Um,
Cone is not butter.
Oh, did you read, Sam? Did you read Matt's introduction?
It
in-
was so
in
good.
Warwick
It was a good
Valorant?
one.
Oh my god.
It was so good.
Oh, I need to do an intro of that as well.
Yeah.
He put way too much. Like, do
Oh my
like
god, it was so funny.
my level of effort in the FPS community one. Like
Oh.
that much effort put in. For the,
It was like the funny. I was in tears over that. It was so good.
It's
Like-
literally the best.
Height, see image below. Width, see image above. Oh, it was very good.
I love some
It
of these
was.
ones.
Oh, that's
I
like.
love the wish I were a tier 3 Pokemon. So that would kill me.
Like it just kept getting better as
Yeah.
well.
It just gets there.
It just kept getting better.
I still think there's one better intro in Rocket League. For sure.
Are you gonna repost
Raz
mine?
knows who I'm on about. Jake's.
Jake?
Jake's was so good.
Jake's one is so
Oh my
good.
god, hold on, wait. Let's see if
Is there a visual element, or can someone read it? Because I can't.
Super-
Tab out of Discord.
I don't know if we can read all of it.
I'll have to.
It's not in introductions. This was before
Yeah,
the
no.
channel existed.
Oh god. Now I'm just scrolling through here like a complete
No.
idiot.
Just check pinned in general and scroll down.
Oh,
Quite a
jeez.
fun.
It is pinned,
It's
isn't it?
from Smeehy.
Smee.
Would highly recommend giving it a read.
It's just me because he's no longer in the server.
Alright, let's have our live reaction. Oh, I found it. Let's have a look.
Oh, this is like another. This is going to be another section of the podcast. Sam reacts.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I'm reacting.
We had Sam quietly reacting to the Valorant plays
Yeah.
last week, and now we've
That
got
one.
reacting to an introduction.
All right. So let's get the pinned messages.
I've found it. I can
Okay.
read it out if you want.
You read it out.
Greetings, my fellow Rocketeers. Strap yourselves in for the introduction you have all been waiting for. My name is Jake Fanny Magnet Patterson. 9-year pussy slayer.
Okay,
Height
pause for
5
a
foot
second.
4 inches. Those
Okay,
are two
pause.
separate measurements.
Okay, pause for a second. I want to say that my mom might be watching this podcast, so hi mom.
Weight, absolute unit. Eye color,
Hi,
dreamy.
Mum.
Sex, I charge per hour. Occupation, plunge master. Hobbies, clapping kids, yeeting on haters, munching muff, at italic. Dressing up as a swan to get free bread, scoring, making huge gains, stealing your girl, dabbing, faking, stealing your daughter. I can't read the next one. Inviting Russians over for late night tea parties. Fighting, stealing your mum, watching knitting tutorials on YouTube, catching all Pokemon, filling my bath with marinara sauce, and pretending I am a meatball. Stroking Winky, singing Disney karaoke, photobombing, cunnilingus, My Chemical Romance, the big red dog, conjugating verbs, wee bowling, playing guess which flavour revel this is, whispering, I'm not reading that one. Henry Cavill, shitting on the freshly washed bed sheets, windmilling, pissing off poop stains in the toilet bowl, saying ouch when I bump into something even if it doesn't hurt, torturing my still living enemies, long walks on the beach, wetting my toothbrush, putting the toothpaste on and then wetting it again, punching orphans, playing guess which flavour testicle this is. Next one I won't read. Because if you translate it, it's pretty bad.
That was horrible.
Rocket League. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me, and I look forward to seeing your friendly faces out there in the arena.
All I'm going to say is that one that if you translate, it's got something to do with being in the shower.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
The shower.
it's not good.
I love how it was just like a bunch of stupid shit, and then My Chemical Romance was in the middle.
I love the Lex one, which
No,
is
wait.
a dog.
So close.
And it's like
One of the best came from Max. Go back to the 25th of March.
Is there some pen
25th of
or...
March.
It's an introductions.
Ah, shit.
And wetting the toothbrush, putting toothpaste on it, and wetting the toothbrush again. Oh,
It's from my course mate.
25th of... Oh, yeah.
Hi Josh, you're there. The introduction. Hi, I'm Josh. Stop. He sent it accidentally. Forgot to add to it, and then he just adds to it later saying
Don't think the menu shift enter was a thing.
No.
Unfortunately.
Hi, I'm Josh.
With
Poor
a comma
man.
and nothing.
did he rectify it with anything even better than that, or did he...
He has something underneath, yeah.
Yeah, then afterwards. But he literally started with hi, comma, I'm Josh, comma. And that's it.
Oh,
Poor guy.
I did that when writing the rules in Warwick Valorant for the first time, but
Yeah,
there was only like 5 people in the server at that point, so...
Hey, okay.
Oh, dude, the beef Philip had with you in that was
Oh.
pretty funny.
The what?
there was a bit of beef between him and.
Don't worry, don't worry.
I see. Interesting.
Some
Just a
people
little
take
bit.
games very seriously.
Yeah.
and it's partly because the FPS coordinator kind of hates Siege,
No comment.
kind of sort of.
No comment. My entire campaign revolved around Siege, and
And now what we got Siege about?
my friendship has ended with Siege. Valorant is my new best friend.
I see.
Oh, Sam proper lagged out there.
He did a bit.
Oh, dude,
Oh, he's back. He's back. He's back.
You're back. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's all good.
my
Missed
great
you.
thing about my PC that I built was I built it with a motherboard which has Wi-Fi in it, and it doesn't bloody work.
Okay.
I've just added an adapter.
So
My
Yeah,
PC is
just
very
like
like
have-
warm right
Wi-Fi
now.
code.
I have a USB Wi-Fi.
If I cut
card.
out, I'm very sorry, but my PC is very warm
And,
right
Have
now.
you got anything open, Riz? You've
No.
still got Rocket League open, mate.
Oh! It should be okay now. I'm still gonna open the back
Big
panel.
moves.
Oh,
You
got
should
the side
be fine.
panel.
Does your PC have a habit of overheating?
Yeah.
Nice.
So especially recently because it's been so warm.
Mm.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
Yeah,
mine's
it's
the
really
same
warm.
size as a console, so mine should be like super warm.
Right back.
Bye.
He's gone.
Right, so about that Vaz guy.
So here's the side panel.
Okay.
It's a lit-
Did you not have that screwed up?
I did. I unscrewed it and took it off.
That was
Oh,
fast
huge.
unscrewing.
It's
Right.
a thumb. It's a thumb through. So it's
Your
like
fingers are so fast.
I know, right?
Fast finger boy.
Thinking
It's all that
emoji.
Rocket League, right?
Oh my god.
It's all of that Rocket League. It's
Yeah,
so
yeah,
good.
yeah.
Was that the
Dude.
ultimate solution to fixing your overheating problems? Just take
Yeah.
the side of your PC off.
Yeah,
Definitely.
There you go.
for sure.
I've-
Dude,
And like all the RGB surely won't help with pulling it down. Hello.
Hello.
All of that RGB.
That's a lot of rainbows.
It's
well,
a lot.
dude,
It's a lot of
imagine,
rainbows.
dude, how
That's a
much
lot of
do
rainbows.
you get from all that RGB?
34 brake horsepower.
34 brake horsepower.
Yeah.
That's decent. That's decent.
I don't
Yeah.
have
Too bad,
any
no.
lighting on my... Actually, I do. Tell a lie, I do have lighting in my PC, but it's so... There's no side panels on it, so you can...
I don't have
Fair
any
enough.
RGB in my PC. I feel inferior.
I don't think of my webcam because I'm gonna have to remember the angle.
Imagine not having rainbows on your PC.
Sam's gonna have to spend years trying to readjust his
Oh,
webcam after
Is he
this.
ma-
Oh, the toilet paper collection!
The toilet paper's down
So
there.
good. I like that it's right next to your PC as well.
It used to be up here, but like we've got Thanos and Pikachu over there.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Understandable.
no, keeping it there. But that's
Let's
This
see the
is-
RGB.
I'm not saying it.
this
It's
is
got no
supposed to
side
be
panel.
RGB.
Oh, it's that strip on the front.
That's supposed to be okay. I'm looking
Uh-huh.
close to my mic, so that's why I can't look at my.
Uh-huh.
That's that, and then there's the thing for my mic in the back. There's some lighting over there, and there's some lighting like.
Dropped it down the side.
This is so scuffed.
That's a lot of rainbows.
And then there you are. Look, there you are, rainbows.
Oh yeah,
are-
perfect.
On a desk. Not on desk.
They're
sorry,
very
a ward-
similar mouse, mate. I'm just saying.
But
I
yeah,
also have a Mac.
this is all the real estate I have for.
Huge.
Insane.
That's actually not too bad. The space I have is. This much.
Mas, you're on like 7 million DPI though.
I'm only on like
This
60
area here. I can move my keyboard out and I get all of this real estate.
Oh,
This
God.
man was on a CSGO team.
Can't believe it's not Rocket League.
That was the.
like this.
We had so much fun in that CS team.
I don't think I got 10 kills over the whole thing, did I?
Probably not.
I got maybe. I got
Should we
one.
just talk
maybe
about that
two.
CS team?
Oh,
It was so clap.
We did so well. We had a 40-something% win percentage.
Guess how many games we actually won?
2.
0.
so you had a
Won
40%
zero
win
games.
rate because
We had a
people just
40%
buy.
win rate. Yeah.
Yeah. So many buys.
Insane. Warwick Esports represent, contributing to our
got-
our points.
Our
I mean, we
huge
got about
total.
20 points for it. So
Yeah.
that's quite good.
Wasn't that?
We should have had a work spoon.
We played 5. We didn't even make it 5 rounds semi seriously before we
No.
just devolved into strat roulette.
I mean, no, this is coming from a guy like right.
we go on.
I've talked about this before. Have I talked about it before? Where like in CS, everyone on the siege team would take it seriously, and then they'd just be running around with a deagle the entire time.
Yeah. It was actually kind of nice.
Yeah. So what happened was I'd only buy a deagle. I wouldn't even buy armor or utility. I'd
Nice.
literally buy a deagle, and run around and die, but then I'd have money to buy for everyone else.
That's cute.
Yeah, I basically had like 32k at all times. It was perfect. Like,
Nice. Great.
yeah.
Naz, what were your favourite strats from the strat roulette?
Oh yeah.
There were a few good ones.
The funniest thing to me was we came up against some tryhards, and it was
That
what?
so sweaty.
It was like 11-0 we were losing. And we came across a strat where we just got to mute ourselves and play without comms. And we won the round. Matt just came in and got, I think
Matt came
it
in
was 3
clutch.
kills in the end, yeah.
Oh
It
my
was
god.
perfect. And that was the only round we won.
You turned off your comms. That's a testament to how scuffed your comms were.
One of my favourite strats was Crab Walk was great.
Which
What?
one?
Crab Walk.
Oh, crab walk.
Yeah,
I thought you said Scrabble.
Yeah, I
Oh,
thought
no,
it
no,
said
no.
Scrabble.
Crab
thought
Walk
it was
was quite
great.
good. We used.
I enjoyed binding W to take a screenshot and then making a GIF of it at the end.
I loved it because in that because I didn't do it very well and I died very quickly in that in Mirage. It was Mirage. I came through some smoking palace and I just died. So my screenshots are me looking at Henry, me going through smoke, me dead.
Worst thing was, every time you took a screenshot, it lags. So you just couldn't do anything.
Just blind it to every move key.
Oh,
It's
is
so
it like
bad.
is it like how in Valorant where like if you shoot you lag?
Yeah.
Like
Literally.
That's an interesting one.
That's how the game works at the moment, unfortunately.
That's a great mechanic. Just like someone.
I never
shoots you.
managed to solve
It's like the game
my-
starts lagging. So, oh yeah, this was
Doesn't it lag when you look at people through walls?
Yep. There's a video of Defran like standing in mid on split, looking around the map. Again, like he gets like a 30 FPS drop when he looks from mid towards A, and he's like, "Guys, they're all A." You get wall hacks like built into the game.
That's great.
It's pretty
so
scuffed,
dumb.
yeah. I don't know what they're doing about that for launch in 2 weeks
week.
or a week and a
Yes.
half, yeah.
Yeah.
But we'll see how that pans out.
Mm.
But that should not be in the game.
How are you gonna feel for like 5 days when the game no longer exists?
I don't know. I actually haven't been playing that much of it because I know that my MMR is just going to get reset.
Yeah.
So like, what's the point? I'll just play Quake instead, I guess. Or well,
Siege.
I won't go back. No, I'm not going to play Siege. Who do you think I am?
Who do I think you are?
I'll probably play EFT. To be honest, the wipe for EFT is coming around the same time.
Oh yeah,
We hope. So-
uh,
Tarkov Eternals plug.
Joe stream.
Yeah. We'll see how that
If
pans
you
out as
see
well.
the podcast chat,
Oh, by the
I'm just
way,
going to put in
get
a photo of us playing CSGO.
Hold on, I have to get my phone to look at this because I can't tab out Discord because I'm screen recording it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pull up my phone.
That's a
Right.
beautiful screenshot.
It's great.
Let's have a look.
It wasn't. It was us playing because we were in a game.
We were
We had a buy. We thought we were going to a comp, and
Results were not great.
Yikes!
016. Oh my god.
it's great.
That's how you do it.
It is.
You just
do it.
smurf down to like silver 1 and then
Raz is silver 1.
I'm not silver 1. I'm silver elite master. How dare
Oh,
you?
sorry. Maybe.
silver
How is
elite
it-
master.
How is it that I'm gold 2 in CS:GO but iron 2 in Valorant?
Because you haven't played that much.
Bad player.
That much ranked, I suppose.
It's because Max is right.
Yeah.
Bad
No,
player.
Phil was in one of the Valorant channels this morning. Like, oh, my MMR is gonna get reset, so I don't have to be in silver. And I'm like, bro, you placed in silver the first time because there was no MMR beforehand. You're just gonna place in silver again. Like,
Poor man.
yeah. Oh well. I don't know what they. It's gonna be scuffed again for like 2 weeks. It's gonna be awful, but
Could be great.
it could be
I'm gonna
great.
find-
Yeah.
I want to
Yeah.
finally be able to play it because I watched.
No, you have exams.
You could get your.
But
you get your Twitch
I-
highlights where you like scrub on everyone.
Oh, you know when they were doing it on Twitch, I got it, but my Twitch account was linked to the wrong Riot account, and so I couldn't play it.
That's
Mm.
yikes.
It was sad.
Yeah.
Mm.
Well,
I was
only
only
a
on
week
the
in like
stream
2 days now, so.
Yeah.
I was only in the stream for like 2 hours as well before I got it.
Oh yeah, Twitch drops are over as well, aren't
Huge.
they?
Yeah, Twitch drops are done now as well.
So
That's right.
that's why everyone got a drop.
It's a free game.
Yeah, I feel like pretty much everyone that wanted a drop got a
Yeah.
drop. So
God.
it was a pretty awful method of doing it. Like,
I mean, dude, if you were trying to, but you didn't get it, you get an exclusive card. Now.
oh yeah,
No way.
an exclusive card. Wow. So it's not going to be that exclusive
No.
because everyone fucking has one. Oh well. Oh fuck. Ow.
That was very loud. I'm sorry.
It's fine. I stubbed my toe at the same time, so
Oh,
I was
nice.
more focused on that than
That makes sense.
the noises coming out of your mouth. Sam's trying to fix his hair.
Yeah, these
Gotta look
headphones,
clean.
they just poke down. They just push down on my head a lot.
Oh yeah,
that's how they stay on.
Because it's the band.
Yeah. Same headphone gang.
Yep. Why would you have your thing? Oh, because you use a different mic. That makes sense.
Yeah,
you got a
it's
yeah.
microphone down here. I mean, technically, this microphone's on because if it was off, you see this.
Yep.
I don't
Mhm.
want to say that. So
But that mic is. Raz, yours actually sounds okay, but Sam's sounds like so scuffed.
yeah, I don't know what's different between mine and yours.
Well, maybe you've got a dodgy model.
You
Maybe
might
I've just
be.
got a dodgy
Maybe
voice.
Rez just has a better voice, yeah.
Yeah, that could be it. I've turned RTX's voice off because it cuts out my laugh.
It eats your laugh.
It thinks my laugh is not human sound, and so
Nice.
it takes it away.
Can't wait for me to do RTX voice and then it just mutes my mic.
Oh, I don't know how yours is so bad though, Sam.
I don't know why.
Like
though.
it actually sounds awful. It's so
I need
bad.
to hear this at some point.
Do it
I
now.
don't
Do it.
No,
do it
Just
now.
swap, just swap.
Do it now. Do it now. Do it now.
audience to
Peer
now.
pressure.
Right, shut up. Hold on a second. Alright, okay, so I'm switching from it in 3, 2, 1.
How does it sound now?
Yeah, it's so bad, isn't it?
It's terrible. It's the worst.
It's so
It's
bad.
it's actually horrible. I'm switching it off. I'm so sorry, audience.
You got a bit louder.
You got a bit louder, but
Yeah, because there's like this distance between me and the mic down there, and there's like
yeah.
that much.
Yeah.
Me and the
Fair,
mic.
fair.
I could also try and make it so that it's the actually wait, give me a second.
Webcam.
Oh, the
mic, no, thank
webcam
you.
mic.
Let's
Oh
go.
yeah, I might do that as well.
No, never mind. His
Why?
internet's gone.
That's
The
poor man.
timing.
I was gonna say
Oh,
that.
yeah.
He's back.
Hello.
I'm back. That was brilliant.
Your internet cut out for a second there. It was a good freeze
Yeah,
frame,
you-
though.
It was, it
Yeah.
was.
Perfect. Edited by-
Was it a perfect image?
Yeah, it was a
It
good
was a
image.
brilliant image.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
I've changed it to my webcam.
Oh
Thanks.
god.
It's so
I know.
basic.
Oh no.
It's not
That
ideal.
is so
And
scary.
we're back.
Will I break my PC again if I let's see? Will I break my internet?
Yeah.
Perfect.
It breaks
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it fully breaks it.
So I don't think
Okay.
it's my Wi-Fi. I think it's my webcam just having like.
Mhm.
It's too much for Discord.
Thank you, Logitech.
The quality is just too extreme.
Yeah.
So good. Wait, what webcam do you have?
I have a stream cam,
Oh, fancy.
Yeah.
full
Very
60
fancy.
FPS.
Insane.
Huge.
I mean, well, there's my one that like doesn't even do movement. Like, I mean, at least
Mine
like,
works.
have you seen
Oh, wait,
Joe's
Hello,
Twitch
ladies.
stream? Joe's Twitch stream is like his webcam is like 15 FPS. It's really funny to watch sometimes.
Your webcam's
What-
normally behind you
So
though
his
when you're
webcam's
streaming,
the same
Josh.
as his FPS
Is it?
game.
What do you mean behind me? Like
It's way over there.
oh yeah,
When I've watched you,
it's way
Wait.
like
why?
Show them,
because
show them again.
it's such a small, it's got such a low field of view that I just can't get anything like meaningful out of it if I actually have it on my
Yeah.
desk.
Yeah.
And the next
Fair.
closest place I can put it is literally on. You see that? There's a plank of wood
that?
clamped to my radiator with a gorilla stand, on it, and the webcam goes on the stand. That's the best I can do. Like, literally, I'm as well right now. I'm like a meter away from my monitor just to have like a reasonable frame. If I had my webcam like on top of my monitor, like when I'm streaming, if I'm as close to my monitor as I usually am when I'm playing video games, you literally just like get my forehead. So
Wait, you can stream the game on your forehead.
Yeah, that's
there we go. Yeah,
That would
perfect.
be very good.
Literally, and I was further away just then than I usually am when I'm playing games. So yeah, that's why it's so far away and it's such a weird angle because I just can't get a better one with the current webcam.
unfortunate.
We should make this to a new section: MTV scuffed rigs.
MTV scuffed rigs.
You can show your whole setup.
Like if I had a decent webcam, I could just put it on my other monitor and it would probably be okay.
Yeah.
But like it has like a 30-degree field of view or something stupid, so I can't do anything with it.
Unlucky.
But the bodge setup works, so you know as well. You can see
works.
the bodge setup for my DJ streams. I just have everything on top of the boxes for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I have my DJ kit on top of the box for it. And okay, my speakers aren't on the speaker box, but my laptop is on there. My entire setup is scuffed. And you've seen the mess in the background of my room when I do DJ streams as well. So
Right.
Love
like
to see it.
my room's a bit of a dump at the moment. It's full of shit from when I moved back down from uni that I haven't
Yeah.
moved yet. Which is it's a pretty bad thing. I should have moved it
I mean,
by
thank
now.
goodness you
but-
can't see. Thank goodness you can't see my room because my room's got like boxes of random stuff. Like I've got the box of the new TV we got still in there.
Yeah.
The box of all the gardening stuff that we have in my room.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's fun.
My whole room is just such a fucking
Oh,
mess.
and also the graveyard of all the wood lice that die in my room.
What?
Did you build them a graveyard?
No, I did not.
That's
but
so cute.
It is pretty cute.
Oh my
yeah,
god.
it's just like every day I walk into my room and I see a wood louse.
Mhm.
I see one wood louse walking around and one dead one every
Nice.
day.
Perfect.
I mean, what more could you want? It's the
Uh,
circle of
Is it
life,
the s-
right?
Is it the same woodlouse every time? Or do you actually move them outside?
I move outside, obviously, yeah. Because outside is just opening the door in my room and chucking them out.
So you keep them in the house?
No, they don't. They come
Pet,
into
pet
the
wood
house.
life.
Pet wood life. Just look on there, just stroking it like that.
Wait, so you actually you sleep in a room full of wood lice?
Yes, and
Nice.
ants.
Oh
We had-
my
Oh.
god.
We had ants at the station once, and
Oh, I bet
Yeah,
you
that
can't
can't
wait
be-
to go to
that cannot be
France. Jesus
fun.
Christ. Oh my god. That's so yikes.
and
It
my mom
is.
was like, "Oh, let's open the door. Let's get some get some fresh air in." It's like we have like bees in the garden, like a beehive in the garden. You want them
Oh
in?
wow.
And then just all the ants
These are
like start
chill.
marching through your door.
Yeah, and I can't wait for the fox that will come into the garden to come in as well.
Oh my
Oh.
god. Mate, just wait until it like comes in your room and starts screaming. Honestly. That would be
Like,
pretty
what
funny.
are
I
you
would pay
doing?
to see that.
Yeah.
Those things are fucking scary though. Have you heard foxes screaming?
Oh yes.
Actually, this is
so
a baby
odd.
fox. I remember a couple of years ago. Actually, it's not baby anymore. A couple of years. I saw it fight a cat, and the cat won.
Yeah.
Huh.
Don't know, that sounds reasonable.
It doesn't
When-
sound
when-
extreme. No, that sounds.
Remember,
I'd place my bets on the cat. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'll-
foxes aren't big.
I was just walking home, and then the cat was just like,
this could be a new
Like-
segment where you bet animals against animals and see who wins.
Like, yeah,
Sounds
Peter
slightly illegal, but
Slightly
don't,
illegal.
don't call the RSPC on that.
Mm.
But yeah, it was like death mauling it.
oh man, Ugh. You saw that walking home?
Yeah,
Nice.
I see.
Just Birmingham thing.
What a place.
Foxes are scary when they scream though. Like I used to live out in the middle of like fuck off nowhere, so wildlife was actually a thing.
Mm.
And foxes would just like start fighting each other in the garden like every fucking night. And it sounds
Maybe-
like it literally sounds like someone's like being decapitated. But like not like with one swoop, like someone's taken a saw and like started
Yeah.
going at their neck type deal. Like
Yeah.
it's
I mean, I've got a BB gun in my room, so I could just like hear it scream. It's like, not on my watch.
like that also sounds slightly illegal. But I'm
That is
sure the
slightly-
RSPCA wouldn't be having any of that.
No.
But
Shoot him with it, not at
that's alright, we won't
We'd
tell
think-
anyone.
We'd see foxes like in the middle of London as well. Like I live in East
Wow.
London, definitely not a rural place.
Yeah.
And I was walking home from school. It was like I stayed until 6 for training, and then on the way
No.
back I just saw training badminton. I thought, nerd. How dare you? How dare you? Who do you think you are?
Sick.
Yeah, and then I just saw a fox run across the road, run back, and then run again. I don't know what it was doing. Probably the fitness around pacer test.
Maybe,
Foxes are well known for doing that, yeah.
No.
That's actually what they were doing when they were screaming. They were just trying to.
Mm.
They weren't close enough to beating their personal best, so.
They were just screaming in agony.
Mm,
They were hating it.
yeah. Foxes in East London. They're probably more like trash pandas at that point, to be honest. Right? Like,
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
but how much green space do you have in East London for them to like even inhabit?
There are parks.
Do you think they live in the parks though, or do you think the
Probably.
council?
They probably live in the
Kick them out.
parks. They probably live in the parks.
Right. Okay.
Because they're not like playground parks, they're just big areas.
Yeah.
for
Yeah. Sure.
caps, yeah.
Like parks. Yeah, not play parks.
Yeah.
That's still weird though.
Cool.
Foxes in East London.
They aren't super common, but you can see them.
Mm.
Well, I would expect like rats or something, but like.
Oh yeah, rats are everywhere.
Oh yeah, God, I had a rat position as well.
Sam is just living the life here.
Living the life. It's like, I am like the animal whisperer. They all want to come to me. Come to me.
Nice.
Oh my god.
New segment idea: what animal is living in Sam's garden now?
Have a look. Is there anything out there?
So you like it fades to black. It's like, who's that Pokemon?
How
It's a
like
fox.
you've really been through the wars if the wars are experiencing every animal infestation possible.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
My iPad
Oh,
just procced about animal infestations.
That's
nice.
fun.
Yeah. So now I have a bunch of articles on my iPad about animal infestations. Perfect.
Nice. Perfect.
Nice.
Exactly what I
government
needed.
running
If
them.
not, maybe I'll forward some.
government.
I'll forward some links to Sam.
Yeah. She needs them.
Sounds like a smart idea.
Right, we've been going for about an hour now.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh.
spicy. So I think on that note, we'll probably close off.
sounds good.
Any final remarks from either of you?
What is
Hand
everyone
circles.
thankful for?
What is everyone thankful for? Round 2. Oh,
No, we'll keep that to exec meetings.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
Come to our events.
Come to our events.
You do that.
come to your
Please,
events.
Thank you.
I won't.
Just keep an eye on the announcements channels.
I've got an idea
Yeah.
to pitch to Max, which would be quite fun.
Okay.
he sounded cautious.
He always is cautious. When I
There's
come up with
someone
Like,
ideas,
what has this guy come up with this time? Anyway, yeah.
When-
Oh,
yeah,
sorry,
when one of
go
my ideas are Microsoft Adobe / Microsoft Office or Adobe products.
on.
Max tends to be quite cautious.
I mean, the three we've heard today have been pretty good ideas. So if this keeps on coming, I'll definitely be coming to a pop or to a circle, I suppose.
Yeah, that's good.
I like the. Can't believe it's not better idea. It's like those. I can't believe, like four photos of Jennifer Lawrence that will make you think that's not Jennifer Lawrence, that's a microwave type shit.
That's exactly what I had in mind when I was doing
Yeah. Well, we look forward to that.
Yeah.
On that note,
Has been fun.
It has been great.
It's good to have you.
my Discord's
Great to be
frozen
here.
as well.
Oh,
Oh,
It's back. We're back.
your
gamers.
mic
made
is
it.
weird at the moment, Sam.
Oh no. Oh no.
No, it's
no, it's
right
fine,
now.
it's fine.
All right, yeah. On that note, we'll call it there. I think.
Yeah, sounds
Sounds-
good.
Come to esports socials. I think that was the
Yeah.
message,
Please.
right?
Complete socials.
Meet these two wherever they
Oh.
are. That one and that one on my screen.
They're there and there on my end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah.
And if you don't come, you're gonna have to deal with them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two very intimidating young men.
We're 1v1 you.
Or
Any game.
Any
Any
game.
game.
We'll put
IRL.
a best man on it. It's Max.
Or
That way,
IRL.
yeah.
What do you mean?
Yeah.